You've mentioned a couple of times about what I refer to as the inner critic. The first question is, do you still have any of those thoughts now because you've got all the tools that you have? And for those people who do, how do you help them?
I still have them from time to time. I just know how to handle them better. I'll be completely honest. Like they will always raise their head, but I know that it's happening and I just know how to handle it. It becomes automatic. The one body of work that I have found amazingly helpful in Inner Critic is this work called Saboteurs by Shirzad Chamine. He's a Stanford professor, and if you type out Saboteurs and Shirzad Chamine, you will find it. He First of all, the very first tool that there is an assessment. It's a saboteur assessment. It's a free, publicly available tool. Anybody can take that assessment. And that gives you a language for what's going on inside your head. So that was very helpful for me. I found some of the saboteurs and inner critics in my head, and those gremlins, as we like to call them. And then it also goes on to talk about how do you address them. And of course, you find your own techniques. So I merge some of what he says to some of what I had learned, and just a general positive lifestyle, if you will. So the few things that worked for me, one was journaling that I already told you. The second was reframing. I figured that every time, so he talks about something called, three gifts technique. Every time you're in a situation which is seemingly negative, identify what good can come out of it. So finding that silver lining in the black cloud is basically what it is. And it works. Every single time it works. The third thing that I do is thinking long term. And I'll give you a very simple example. One of the times, and this is just literally day before yesterday, I had to take my son to his basketball class, and we were running like 5 minutes late. And at that point, he was like, "Mom, just drive faster." And I said, "You know what? If we meet with an accident, then you won't be 5 minutes late. We'll be a whole hour late. So think about the longer term. Right now, the risk is only 5 minutes, so let that be. But the risk could be much bigger. We both could be in the hospital. We both could be in the police station or wherever sorting out an accident. So I would rather just take it slow, and it's okay, be okay with 5 minutes late." And that's a principle I've applied day in and day out. Whenever I'm in the midst of a decision, I'm like, okay, long term, what makes more sense? Let's just do that. And that's it. There are no more. So that's why I said that the inner critics will rise once in a while. When I'm sitting in a meeting, I would have this thought that, oh my God, should I say it? I'm not so sure about the idea. I didn't think through it fully. How will people perceive me? And then I'll be like, does it matter? It's better that this group knows this idea and we can talk it and thrash it versus this group never even knowing what that idea could have been. And that's it. So it's those quick things that I think now in a bigger perspective and the long term, and that's it. The third thing that I have used and I still use a lot is talking out. So, if there is something that's bothering me, identify a friend. Most of the times it's my spouse, but sometimes it's just another friend, somebody appear at workplace, one of my mentors, anybody, and just talk it out and help ask them to help me understand other perspectives that I'm not thinking of or not considering. So those in general have helped me really quell the inner critic and also take decisions better, if you will.